Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the Advancement Center, to the world of magic and miracles, to the world beyond all worlds that we have so much fun visiting, especially when we get to sit and partake in these amazing broadcasts that happen every week at the Advancement Center. Wow, it's such a spectacular new year. I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know if I can give you details, but there's an excitement. Everybody feels it. It's new, it's fresh. It's even New Year's Eve here in this part of the world. It was just pouring rain on New Year's Eve, pouring for several hours. And then just before the new year, it suddenly cleared. You could see the moon. It was amazing. It was like everything around us just was clean, washed clean, just in time for the new year. It was brilliant. And we haven't had rain much for so many years here. When it comes like this, it just refreshes your soul. It's just incredible. Everyone loves it. Even people that aren't from here know how much we need the rain. So even though everyone's trying to have going to their New Year's Eve gala and all dressed up, they were still so excited for us that we were getting this beautiful rain. And of course, the mountains, oh my goodness, everywhere I go, it's emerald green everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know where to start today. I haven't been here for 2 weeks, and I'm just so excited. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I can just say that these broadcasts just continue to amaze me, all of them. And my gosh, New Year's Eve with Simeon was over the top. Highly recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. 2022 still, New Year's Eve, amazing. And then yesterday, oh my goodness. I'm continually taken on a magic carpet ride. It's so hard even to put into words, but I fly. It's this amazing, bubbling support that comes pouring out 3 times a week from Robert and Simeon to us. It was so beautiful. On Saturday, Simeon did something a little different. In his expression of himself, what he's doing here, his purpose, which it was especially uniquely delivered. And then yesterday, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna read something. I don't normally read, but from yesterday's broadcast, I put quite a bit of it actually in the invitation for this week's broadcast, but I just have to read because it's like a plane taking off on its runway. This is the, what do you call it? When you go down the runway, you're getting ready to take off. So I'm going to start here. This is like a little over halfway through the broadcast from yesterday. It's now time to turn up our set point, to turn up the wick, to bring fire into the world, a fire that belongs to humanity, a fire that doesn't damage anything, but molds and reconstructs and lends fuel to whatever is needed. The awareness of every being needs that fuel, needs you to be able to sit with your eyes open and go somewhere else, be in the outer reaches of the universe and be doing the washing up, head off on a daydream and still drive your car. Fuel everybody's purpose and still fuel your own, knowing beyond a doubt that you don't have to keep anything for yourself. The greater the flow through your system, the more you have available to fuel more. It's beyond logic, but it's what we're aware of. As soon as you start to help somebody or something, you no longer have to help yourself. It's done for you. You direct your energy to any simple thing, be it sweeping the floor, rearranging a room, setting the table. You can clearly see while you were doing those things, you don't have to support your system or even your body. It happens automatically because you've increased your flow. And as you increase your flow, you provide more for yourself as well. And as you deliver to other people, they return that energy plus more with their enhancement. And so it's an interactive life, an interactive world, and an interactive universe that you are building. There's no limit. And when you feel a limit, you simply deliver your energy to something else, be it a thought, a picture. Nature itself is always the greatest source. As you view the trees, they come to you. The birds do the same, and the little animals will appear out of nowhere because they've allowed you into their world. And that movement from one world to another generates more power, more connectivity, more awareness, and an alert sense of being in every world. In every world, you make a difference, and you build that field over and over and over in a different pattern, in a different fashion, with more secrets and more mischief, so that the smiles come out of nowhere and they're catching. Just like a baby's laugh, you can't stop laughing until they decide they'll let you go. And the better you become at it, the more aware you are. And the reality that you generate comes from a sparkle in your eyes, the aura that you send out, the light that you transmit, and the color of the future that you settle on. This happens every second of every day, but it's your personal awareness that gives you the experience you need to live in the physical world, to live in perfection for whatever length of time you decide, and you never wear out. So bring it forward, switch your engine on, reach out to Simeon, to your creator, and join them all at the one time and create an adventure, one that's uniquely yours for you and all your entities to experience, and you will experience much more than what you deliver. Step up another step, take one forward and another one until you're floating, and take off into your new world where you can collect all the ingredients you need for a perfect future. All right, here we go. Now we're off. This is the takeoff. We're flying. I'm beyond the beyond. What more could you ask for in this life? The questions that I had for as long as I can remember about what am I doing here? What's my purpose? What is this all about? I don't think I'm from here. I'm here in the world, but it's always been rather a foreign place to me until I met Robert and Simeon. And I suddenly felt like I'd come home, and I was seen by somebody who knew me instead of people that looked at me like, you're strange. So it's been such an amazing journey. And in these last oh my gosh, every year, it's like we're going at exponential speed. It's I all of us are just, like, sitting in our chairs and feeling like we're gonna explode with excitement, and it's just the reason I read what I read, it's oh my gosh, it's just how do I say it? How do I even say it? It's brilliant. It's this life, this interactive life, and as you deliver, it comes back to you way more than you deliver. And speaking of nature and the trees and the animals, it's it's all there. It's always been there. I've always felt the magic. But as I said, I've always felt different. So I was actually pretty quiet as a young person, pretty shy, didn't share a lot, and kind of the opposite now. But for example, I went to visit my mother up in Nevada City, California over Christmas. That's one of the reasons I wasn't on these last 2 weeks of broadcasts. And the beauty of what may seem like the simplest, smallest of things that brings me so much joy. I remembered last Christmas when I went to visit my mother. In fact, probably the last several times I've been to see her. She has these huge wild turkeys that come to visit, and they'll come right out on her front lawn. It's right outside of the window, where the dining room table is. So of course, we spend a lot of time there having meals, and um, so I had asked her about the turkeys because I hadn't seen them this visit, and she responded with, "Oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them in quite a while." And that was kind of that. And the next morning, I get up and I walking into the kitchen, and there's 14 turkeys the size of, oh my god, they're giant, all coming right in front of this window where I can get the perfect view of them because it's raised, so they're almost eye level to me. And there they were, and they were looking very I mean, they were clearly looking at me. It was such a direct, "All right, you invited us, here we are," experience. And it just tickles you, I didn't realize it until yesterday's broadcast, how it does, it fuels you, like, you're fueled by it, and then you fuel everything else. You just can't help it. You get so excited, and the same thing with these deer. Oh my gosh. I think there was a big buck, huge set of horns, and a couple young ones and a female, and they all just gathered in the backyard when I was visiting her, and I came walking out, and there they were. And it was funny because my mother remarked, "Wow, that's funny. They don't usually do that. They don't usually just come and hang out. They usually are just passing through." So that has always been my, oh my gosh, my connectivity has always been with nature, and even just the trees, walking through the woods, growing up in Northern California, and my gosh, probably every weekend I was on or near Mount Tamalpais, and we're at the beach below at Stinson Beach, and hiking and through the trees, and what you receive from the trees is phenomenal. It's everything. It's beyond the smell and they're actually delivering to you. They're feeding you, and in turn we feed them back, to know that as we breathe out, they breathe in what we've breathed out, and they breathe out oxygen for us. It's brilliant. Like, who came up with this? And the streams and the creeks, I miss the running water. There was always, it seemed, a creek running in that part of the world. But then when you go to work, or you go out in whatever way and you're with people, there's this life that's even more in you, in me, and you deliver it. And one of the most beautiful deliveries a human being can give is through our smile. As he spoke about the baby's smile, the baby's laugh, my goodness, that's just ridiculously contagious. You can't stop laughing when a baby's laughing. It's amazing. But the spirit of the baby, the innocent, new, fresh one, can you imagine? I don't remember when I was a baby, but can you imagine what it feels like when you open your eyes and there's this world around you that you haven't seen, and every new moment is a new discovery? That's how I feel right now. It's amazing. Oh, and I even flashed on a dog I had many years ago who came to us as a puppy, and we took him to the beach, and apparently it was his first time to the ocean. And you felt that, like what I was just describing, but he was like he'd never seen the water and the waves, and he went running out into the waves and probably did get flipped over and choking and then going out for more. But it's that exuberance for life and living and sharing and just being. Just being with life. It kind of doesn't matter, does it? Like, the brilliance of these incredible gifts from these broadcasts is that you don't even have to leave your chair to have the most amazing experiences of your life. These trips to the outer reaches of the universe and beyond, and feeling the angels and Simeon and the masters and all these beings, and you could just feel them. And you may be sitting in your chair, but you can feel yourself flying. It's like whether you're in your spaceship, or sometimes I don't even feel like I have a ship. I'm just out flying, and it's beyond words. But it's what makes life so exciting. And to know we can do this as long as we want, we can leave whenever we want. It's just freaking brilliant. And I have to say, I'm so blown away. My mother turned 88 this year, and she still has so much life and love in her. It's amazing to me. In fact, she feels younger this year than when I visited her last year. She's always got something going on that she's excited about. She loves all the wild animals that live around her and visit her. And to the point where she's so involved in her community, they just awarded her, they gave her a special recognition for her amazing work. And I'm just amazed by this human being that's my mother. So every one of us has the most unique gifts that we bring, our unique essence. I love our aroma and this freedom that this advancement center platform is bringing us to simply be ourselves, enjoy this life with no rules, know that we're fully supported, and we just keep giving because we love it, and with it's not like for anything other than because we love it. But what comes back in return is so absolutely mind-blowing. So wow, I didn't expect whatever happened here today. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm so happy to be back. And for those of you watching today, right now, the biggest Happy New Year hug. It's one of those hugs when you see, I don't know, I think about girlfriends, anybody that hasn't seen each other, they're so excited. They give each other a hug and they're holding each other and they're jumping up and down, still holding each other. That's the kind of hug I'm giving out today. And for any of you that may watch in the future, the same. And of course, the most incredible thing we have to offer you is a perfect life, perfect health, and an extraordinarily magic future. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am Genya.